Hello everyone. Just because a man took leave to care for his sick daughter, he faced workplace isolation. His boss not only ignored him, but also assigned menial tasks like serving tea and running errands. He was banned from attending departmental meetings, with various methods used to force him to resign. Ji-yoon is the president of Ep1 head-hunting company. In work, she is decisive and efficient, but in other areas, she's quite scatterbrained. Her office is as messy as a pigsty, and she often mistakes other people's cars for company vehicles. She complains to her best friend and HR manager, Mae, about not finding a suitable secretary. Mae laments that so many secretaries have quit because of Ji-yoon's temper that she can't even count them on two hands. Now, no one is applying for the secretary position. Jae-yoon takes on a client's request to recruit mobile engineer Yang for a job change. She knows Yang is undervalued at his current company, and the client can offer the best conditions in the industry. Yang is somewhat tempted and is just about to take Ji-yoon's documents. Suddenly, the HR department head, Eun-ho, walks over and interrupts their conversation. It turns out the company is aware that a headhunter is approaching Yang. To retain him, they specifically sent their most capable person, Eun-ho, to intervene and stop Yang from leaving. Eun-ho arrives just in time and requests a private chat with Yang. Caught between the two competing for him, Yang feels awkward and quickly finds an excuse to escape. Ji-yoon blames Eun-ho for ruining her plan, while Eun-ho advises Ji-yoon to give up on recruiting Yang. The conflict deepens, and they become rivals. On the way down the mountain, there are no streetlights. Ji-yoon turns on her phone for light, but it suddenly runs out of battery and shuts off. While she's struggling, Eun-ho turns on his phone to light the way for her. They walk down the mountain in silence. Before parting, Ji-yoon tells Eun-ho that their meeting was a mistake and hopes they won't cross paths again. Under Eun-ho's careful planning, Yang attends a company gathering. The attendees are all long-time colleagues who have worked alongside him for years. Yang is moved by the warm atmosphere. Eun-ho takes the chance to present the first phone Yang ever designed, reminiscing about his over 20 years of contributions to the company. Eun-ho emphasizes the company's desire to write a new chapter together with Yang, urging him to stay. Yang is touched but does not give a clear response. Jae-yoon doesn't give up. The next day, she approaches Yang again and learns he is heading to his son's school for a basketball game. She offers to drive him there. However, Eun-ho gets there first and delivers a large number of support items for Yang's son's class. In front of Yang, the son enthusiastically praises Eun-ho. Eun-ho's actions convince Yang to stay with the company, leading him to reject Ji-yoon's offer. At the basketball court, Ji-yoon watches Eun-ho, confident and calm, making direct eye contact with her. Fury ignites within her, barely contained. The HR department colleagues organized a celebration dinner for Eun-ho, praising him for his significant contribution to the company. The atmosphere was joyful until the department head, arriving late, sat down and immediately started suppressing Eun-ho. The head claimed the success wasn't solely Eun-ho's and accused him of taking undue credit. After criticizing him verbally, the department head stood up to pour drinks for everyone, deliberately skipping Eun-ho. Eun-ho, sensing the hostility, put on a polite smile and poured a drink for the head, trying to show his willingness to back down. However, the head set Eun-ho's drink aside and took a new glass, asking other employees to pour for him, making it clear he rejected Eun-ho's gesture. Eun-ho swallowed his pride and escorted the drunken department head to the car, bowing politely as he saw him off. Despite this, the head remained unfriendly, and once in the car, even threatened Eun-ho, warning him of future trouble. Eun-ho quickly says goodbye to his colleagues as he heads home to take care of his daughter. The remaining colleagues discuss why the department head is treating Eun-ho this way. Eun-ho is young and already a department head, working hard and clearly an outstanding employee. A colleague who is close to Eun-ho explains the situation. A year ago, the department head took on an important project and made Eun-ho the main person in charge. The head promised that if Eun-ho helped complete the project, he would get a promotion and raise. However, the kindergarten teacher suddenly informed Eun-ho that his daughter, Baeal, had been drawing only in black and white recently. Each drawing showed her locking herself away, and she hardly spoke at school, showing signs of possible autism. As a single father, Eun-ho applied for parental leave to care for his daughter's treatment. The department head, unwilling to miss out on a promotion opportunity, ordered him to wait until after the project was finished to take leave. Despite this, Eun-ho insisted on taking the leave for his daughter. The department head had previously threatened him, saying if he left the project, he would face future difficulties. Eun-ho made up his mind and took the leave according to the rules, returning to work only after the break was over. As expected, the department head seeks revenge, showing no mercy. The head orders Eun-ho to organize the meeting materials, a task that should be for an intern, but instead, he assigns it to Eun-ho, clearly intending to embarrass him. Eun-ho takes the materials from the intern and sets up the meeting room. After finishing, just as he's about to sit down for the meeting, the department head orders him to leave, saying he doesn't need Eun-ho at the meeting. Eun-ho tries to argue, opening the screen to explain the project plan, but the head mocks him, saying the world keeps turning without him. Eun-ho gives in again, handing the finished plan to a colleague and leaving the meeting room. After facing repeated unfair treatment, he feels he can no longer tolerate it and considers resigning. However, a colleague reminds him to think about his daughter Bile, as well as his mortgage and car loans. Eun-ho swallows his frustration, choosing to continue surviving in the workplace. Soon after, the department head strikes again, angrily yelling in front of all the colleagues. He claims that Yang has resigned and moved abroad, taking many confidential files with him, accusing Eun-ho of being involved in helping Yang delay things to gather information. Unable to reach Yang, Eun-ho decides to visit Ji-yoon's headhunting company to find someone who might know. As he's parking his car downstairs, Ji-yoon suddenly opens the car door and sits inside. She had mistakenly gotten into the wrong car, not realizing she was sitting in front of her rival instead of her driver. Realizing the mix-up, she quickly jumps out of the car, but Eun-ho follows her, angrily accusing Ji-yoon of using any means necessary to recruit people. Ji-yoon is confused and about to ask him when Eun-ho suddenly receives a message from Yang, saying he's at the airport. Eun-ho, with no time to explain, rushes to the airport immediately. At this point, neither of them knows that it was another headhunting company that poached Yang. Yang explains to Eun-ho that he had already been kicked off the project and had no access to confidential files. The company wanted to keep him, but only to avoid the stigma of someone quitting. Since he wasn't valued in the company, he had no choice but to go abroad to support his family. Eun-ho apologizes for not understanding Yang's struggles. Yang reassures him not to be too hard on himself, saying that to the company, they are just expendable people. Their fate is to be used and then discarded. Eun-ho feels deeply moved by these words. Before he can reflect further, he gets a call from a colleague. The colleague informs him that the investigation team has taken his personal belongings and the department head has framed him for leaking company secrets. A notice has been issued to terminate his employment. Meanwhile, Ji-yoon collapses at work from overwork. The doctor diagnoses that her brain has been overloaded, causing abnormalities in her nervous system. She will frequently mix up names, say the wrong things, and suffer from insomnia. She must now reduce her workload and stress. Mae forces Ji-yoon to relax and do something she enjoys. Ji-yoon chooses to spend the day reading books at a bookstore, losing track of time for most of the afternoon. To help Ji-yoon with her workload, Mae believes the top priority is to find a qualified secretary. The next day, Ji-yoon runs into her rival, Eun-ho, in the elevator. She wonders why Eun-ho is there. Unexpectedly, Eun-ho steps out of the elevator right after her and follows her into the company. At Mae's call, Ji-yoon sees Eun-ho walking directly toward her,